Welcome, my business bosses, to Business Life with Kimmi Podcast. I'm your host, Kimmi Nunnally. I'm a resource for entrepreneurs and creatives who are looking to elevate their online presence through great content. Learn real and useful business strategies that will help make you profitable. Don't forget, also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Business Life with Kimmi. I bring years of experience and know-how to the table. I will share strategies on how to create content that truly resonates with your audience and drives engagement. So tune in and enjoy the conversation. Hello, and this is Business Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, how are my business bosses doing today? Well, I wanted to talk about some reasons why businesses fail, okay? And we just gonna have some frank talk today. I have 10 reasons why businesses fail, and we're going to get right into it, okay? The first one is poor planning and strategy, okay? You may think, oh, I'm going to start this business, but you have not planned. If you do not plan for different challenges that may come up, it's going to affect your business, okay? So what do I mean by that? For example, you may decide, I'm going to start a daycare. Well, for children, let's do children. You're going to start a daycare for children, but you've not sat down and planned and strategized where you're going to find your clients. We know there are children out there, but you need to plan on where you're going to market. How are you going to get these children? Okay, that would be the first thing. What kind of supplies do you need for your business? So a lot of times people have an idea, they just open up shop, and you're not actually planning and strategizing. You always have to be planning and strategizing. You hear me say that a lot. So the number one reason that businesses fail is just poor planning. You have no way of executing. You don't even know what you're doing. You just say, I'm going to open up a business, okay? Number two is insufficient capital. What does that mean? You don't have enough money. You don't have enough money. Certain businesses require more for a startup cost than others. So some businesses, like I do a notary business, as you know. For that investment, it may be around maybe like the $300 mark. But if you're actually going to be doing like lawn care, you may need an actual lawn mower, right? Then you need the thing for the hedges. Then you have to have gas. You have to have your insurance. So you just don't have enough money to start the business. And again, you may be relying on friends and family. Well, they'll loan me some money. No. God bless the child that has his own, okay? I'm not ever going to tell you to go out there and borrow your way to do your business, because that's going to affect, I did a whole video on business credit. That's going to affect how you move in your business. If you owe everybody and you haven't even made any money yet, when you go to talk to your clients, you're going to appear desperate. So you want to make sure that you have enough capital. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be rich, but you do need to have at least enough money to get started in the business, to cover your supplies in the business, and to cover, quite frankly, if there is no business. Because you could have a good plan, you could have money to get started, and then your clients, for some reason, they can't come through. So you may have I use a lot of barber illustrations, but you may have 5 clients that you book for Friday, and now all of a sudden, they can't come through for whatever reason. Maybe they had a financial situation. So their financial situation affects your situation. Okay, so you want to always have a little savings, a little reserve. At least a few $100s if you can, okay? Because you just never know what's going to happen. And a few $100s is not a lot in the grand scheme of things. If you thought you were going to make $500 and now you're short and you only have $200, you're still going to be short $300, right? But it's better to be short $300 than the whole $5. You know what I mean? So start now. Every time you make a little money, put a little bit up for a rainy day. And rainy days do happen in business, literally. If you're cutting grass and it started raining, you have 5 yards to do, and now you cannot cut because it's raining, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So that's number 2. The reason why people don't have enough money, just flat out. Number 3, you have a market mismatch. So you don't know who your target market is. Again, you may want to serve a certain community, but they may not need your services. So you need to make sure you have the right market and the right people for the service that you want to provide, okay? Let's use our daycare illustration again. So if you open a daycare and you know you live in an area where it's mostly seniors, people who are retired, are they going to be having a lot of babies? Probably not. They may have some grandchildren or whatever, but they're not going to have a whole bunch of babies where if you're in a newly populated area or you know what I'm saying, where a younger crowd is. So you have to do your market research and make sure the service or product that you want to offer, there's even a need. So sometimes that's why the business may fail, because you open thinking, I'm going to do this big old daycare, but ain't no kids around. So your daycare is going to flop, right? Number 4 is ineffective leadership. Ineffective leadership. You don't know what the vision is, so you can't lead your team to succeed, right? Ineffective leadership. You have to know as the leader, and there has to be a leader. A lot of people don't like this, okay? And I'm just going to put it out there. Whenever you have any kind of business and you have other people working with you, somebody have to be in control. There's no way it's going to be 50-50. It's just not. Somebody has to make the final decision. Okay, you want to consult your other teammates and everything, but you have to be able to make decisions, and you have to be able to stand on that, be it good or bad. You might have made a bad one, but you have to know the plan. You have to have the vision so you can share it with other people, because if you don't, then the whole team's going to suffer. Okay, and the reason I said it like that is because I have a couple of businesses that I do with other people. They don't work for me. They're self-employed, self-contractors, but I have started everything. I have started the businesses. So sometimes I do have to play the heavy and make the final decision. And it's not always easy, you know. It's not, because you want to make sure everyone's heard. You want to make sure you're thinking about what they want to do, and they can feel heard. Because if you're a part of a team and you don't feel heard, that doesn't make for a good team. It just doesn't. But again, someone does have to make the final decision. So you have to be able to have a clear vision and know what's required of the team and where you're taking the team, what direction, okay? Inadequate marketing is number 5. Inadequate marketing, okay, and sales, they go together. If you don't know how to market your business, you have no business. You have to know how to market. How are you going to find the people? How are they going to find you? How are they going to find you? Do you have a Google presence? Are you out in the neighborhood? Does everyone know what you do? Okay. So if they do not, your business will fail, because you know you have a business. Your mama know you have a business. Your daddy know you have a business, and your siblings. But the neighborhood, they don't know nothing about you. Okay. So you need to really make sure that you're marketing your business. Everyone should know what you do. Everyone. That might mean t-shirts. Again, I already mentioned cards. It might mean ink pens. You might be passing them out in the neighborhood or whatever, you know. I already mentioned business cards also, but people need to know what you do, and then word of mouth will begin to spread. I get a lot of business now, word of mouth, a lot of business word of mouth. Really short story. Some of you might have heard this if you follow me on my other channel. I have a client, and I'm a notary also, and her sister needed a notary, so she was like, man, I need a notary, and her sister tells her, oh, you can use my notary. And her sister was like, I didn't even know you had one. So I'm the family go-to notary, right? So that's what you want to be in your market or your field, whatever it is you do. You want to be the go-to person. When they say that title, whatever it is, job description, you want your name to come up. Boom. Oh, notary, Kimberly. Okay? So number 6 is competitive challenges. Number 6, competitive challenges. There are going to be reasons why your business failed because of the competition. Honestly, there's no way around that too, because we can't control what other people do in their business. And what do I mean by competitive challenges? Sometimes your competitor may be pricing their services way cheaper than you. That can cause you to go out of business, okay? And you have to kind of always say this, keep an eye on what the competitor is doing, because you may not be able to price match, but you might be able to outdo them in service, okay? Because sometimes your competitor, they may be super cheap, but their service is not great. And once the client realizes that, they'll want to do business with you. So the competitor can have an edge on you. They may have a bigger marketing budget than you do. Yeah, they could. So because they can market to more people or differently than you do, that could affect your business. So that's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. That's the cost of doing business. So I want you to be aware, though, that you need to know what's going on with the competition, because they could affect whether your business lives or doesn't live, okay? Whether it survives or fails, okay? The next thing is poor financial management. So now we're making some money, as we talked about. I gotta turn my little page here because it's a lot. So just a few more points. But now we got to talk about managing the money. So if you fail to manage your money properly, once again, your business can fail. Why? Because you have a cash flow problem. Okay. And what does that look like? If you don't control your financials, you're bringing money in, you're flossing, you're buying jewelry, you're buying necklaces, you're traveling. I'm in Costa Rica, I'm in Dominican Republic, and I'm all these different places traveling, but you're not putting that money back into the business. Eventually, the business can fail. Okay? So you have to do a budget. You have to know what's coming in. You have to know what's going out. How much do I need for marketing? How much do I need for supplies? If you don't know these numbers, then your business can fail. Do you know right now how much you need to start your business? How much is it going to take you to be profitable in the business that you want to start? Okay, because this channel is for all businesses. So it doesn't matter what kind of business you're starting. These questions are appropriate. You need to know, again, how much do you need to start? How much do you need to be profitable? How much are your supplies going to be? How much do you plan to charge your clients? These are all questions that you need to know regarding the financials, okay? Because if it ain't making money, it ain't making sense. I'm going to say it again. If it ain't making money, it ain't making sense. So you might need to think about that, okay? Number 8, your business could fail because you lack innovation. You lack innovation. A lot of us are afraid, and I'll put myself in this category, but I'm not anymore. When I first started my businesses, I was a little afraid of social media and the internet. And I'm like, man, everybody's going to know who I am. And I want everybody to know who I am. But that was part of my problem, though. I'm like, I don't want everybody to know everything about me. And all somebody can do is a Google search and they'll find out who you are. Really quick story. I always got a story, y'all. So I would tell my mom, it's so funny. She's gone now. I lost her last year. I miss my mommy. But my mom was like 87. And she had to start doing a lot of stuff online and everything. And she'd be like, I don't want to pay my bills like that. I want to mail a check. I said, Ma, by the time you mail a check, 10 different people can touch your checking account number. I said, let me just do it online right quick and we'll be done with it. And she's like, no, everybody gonna know my business. I said, let me put your name in here right now. So I put her name in Google and all this information came up and she was like, oh no. I said, yes, I'm already trying to tell you, people know all your business anyway. So make the business work for you. Okay. Let them know your business work for you. So being innovative is a key. Learning technology, being on social media, learning how to maneuver social media. I'll do some videos on that too, because I'm very big on doing social media. I really am. And that's how your business is going to grow. But the flip side of that is true too. If you do not do social media, if you do not learn technology, your business is going to fail, because we're in an era now where it's a must. You have to know how to do certain things on the computer. It's not even a non-negotiable. You got to know, okay? So number 9 is inability to manage growth. Wow, what does that mean? You're growing so fast and you have not put things in play or the proper infrastructure for the business to grow. And that can happen. It really can, because sometimes you start building something, and that happened to me. I tell this story all the time. When I started my first business, which led me to this one. They all work together. I have several businesses. I have a notary business. I have a training company. I mentor people on starting their businesses. I do websites. I do social media. I mean, I do quite a bit, right? And it's so funny. It all started from one thing. And my brother asked me when I first started, and I tell this story all the time. When I first started my first business, he was like, well, so what do you want to do with it? I said, oh, I'll be content if I could just do one of this and, whatever. Just a little side something. It took off so fast. I didn't have a clue. I wasn't ready. I was like, oh my God. Because I wasn't even planning on this growing into what it did. So from my one business I started a few years ago, short version, I'm just going to get off topic. I have 3 YouTube channels. I have 3. I've written books. I've written courses. I coach. I mentor. I mean, from one decision, all of these different things have happened. I have to do a whole video on this because I'm just so passionate about it. The same thing can happen for you. If you are a daycare owner, you can do the same thing. Start your daycare, do the business, learn the ins and outs, teach somebody, write a course, write a book, help people. Whatever industry you're in, the same journey is possible for you. I'm going to do a full video on that now that I'm thinking about it. And number 10 is external factors. There are just some things that you cannot control in your business. And that's just a fact. It's just some things you cannot control. Sometimes the economy just takes a downturn. regulations may change. It may have been willy-nilly when you first started the industry, but now it's all kind of rules and regulations. And for example, when I first had my daycare, there were no regulations really. I did have to take a few little continual ed courses and stuff like that, but it wasn't really regulated by the state. Now, a few years later, they want you to have a bachelor's degree and this and that. So different things like that can affect your business. And that's not something as far as you being a business owner that's a flaw or a failure. It's just, it is what it is. The markets change, things change, laws change, people change. What was popular 5 years ago, they were like, oh yeah, let me get somebody to cut my grass. Nowadays, people want to cut their own stuff. They want to grow their own fruits and vegetables. You know what I mean? So things change, cultures change, people change. So that could affect your business is number 10, why it could fail. And that's called an external factor. It's nothing that you did. It's just the market and everything else around you changed. So I did give you 10 different reasons why your business can fail. I want you to work on, these things individually, one by one, and see what you can do to make sure that your business does not fail. Okay. Well, until next time, this is Business Life with Kimmi, guys. It's been my pleasure. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Business Life with Kimmi Podcast. We hope you have enjoyed the insights and strategies shared and that you gain valuable knowledge on how to elevate your content and grow your business. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to watch the Business Life with Kimmi YouTube channel. Visit us at businesscreatorzone.com for all things business related and even more resources. We wish you much success. Until next time, bye.